Hello.
How you doing?
I wasn't saying hello to you. I've been talking to you for the last hour.
No, it's weird because we've just been like, I don't even want to talk to you now.
It should be realistically, the way we should enter this is I should just walk into the room, or enter via
because it's my podcast and you're the guest.
Yeah, I'm the guest. Welcome.
guest.
I am Aiden Somerville. You may remember me from my streams. I look different. I sound different. It's all a persona.
See, it's funny, but everyone this is the first proper episode of the podcast, everyone's going to...
I forget that.
You've just said that you're someone that you're not.
Yeah, that'll happen a lot during these podcasts.
Brilliant.
But yeah, welcome to episode 1, the first proper recording.
Official recording.
Yeah. The other ones, we've done some before, but we just chatted.
And we should probably actually introduce ourselves.
Maybe.
Like,
I am Aiden Somerville. But no, this is Tom Southey.
Oh, you're introducing me.
I did.
Oh, okay.
I did it. That's all you need to know. Tom Southey.
Yep. And I'm not going to introduce you.
I guess people will get to know you as we go along. Yeah, we've already established I'm Aiden Somerville.
That's true.
As is our guest today. I'm Alex Hurt.
This is Alex. I'm Tom. And today we have Aiden Somerville coming on the podcast as our first guest, which is very exciting.
It is exciting. He's doing a dance in front of us on the screen.
He is.
It's off-putting.
He's so off-putting.
But no, you'll get to hear him in a minute. I was going to put my hand in a jar of coins. I can't sit still.
Hands after doing
They've done something to my coffee. But yeah, we are Musos. We are here to chat to Musos about music and all other stuff, basically. Usually the things that aren't involving music, just them, what they are behind the music, the songs, the people. That's what I want to know.
Because, like when you're a muso and you do music all the time, sometimes you just don't want to do music and you just want to talk about something else.
That's a lot of the time.
It's a lot of the time.
It's a lot of the time. But we do like to find out some things about the music, I guess, because that's what we do.
We like music a little bit.
We nerd out about it a little
Sometimes
bit.
I listen to music.
Do you? What was the last song you listened to?
It was one of my songs.
Of course it was. Of course it was. No context. No context. Yeah, exactly. Yes. Exactly. This is the reason we are taking Musos on tour. Tom wants to drive down Santa Monica Boulevard listening to his own songs.
That's the dream.
That is the dream. We will achieve it.
And we are streaming these. This podcast is live on Twitch and on YouTube.
It is.
It should be. So if you're watching from Twitch or YouTube, give us a hey, how you going in the chat.
I did a hey in YouTube.
Did you? That was you.
Yeah, it was me.
Oh, did that come up here? No.
Not yet.
I don't think it did.
It did. It came up. But yeah, you'll be able to catch these. These episodes will be recorded and posted onto various platforms. You'll find us across pretty much every platform as Musos Podcast. We've managed to get all of the handles. All of the handles.
Don't even look for them.
Yeah,
we've got them.
Because we've got them. Even if you go
ones you don't even know exist yet. The next TikTok.
Yeah, Talk Tick.
We've got it.
We've got
/ Musos Podcast. / We bought the domain.
Yeah, .Musos Podcast. But yeah, aside from that.
Well, that's a bit about our guest today. Our guest today is a singer-songwriter from Melbourne, Australia. His name's Aiden Somerville, and he regularly live streams music to almost 4,000 followers on Twitch. And we're going to get him on, have a bit of a chat. And yeah.
He's released a couple of... He's pumping out his YouTube as well recently as well. That's growing quite
music on YouTube, music on Spotify.
He's all about music. But what else?
Funny that. But what else?
But what else? We had the pleasure of meeting him in person a few weeks ago as well. But yeah, shall we? Yeah. Shall we?
Here he is.
Hello.
Have I released from the basement?
How are you doing?
I'm good.
Imagine seeing you here.
It's so weird. In the room. Also, speaking to another Aiden Somerville.
Between us like this? He must be a genie.
Wait, can you guys hear me? Hello?
Yes, we can.
Yes. Okay. Yeah. Thank you for having me. Hi, chat. YouTube and Twitch. How are we doing?
Just for the first check, while people are here, can we just make sure that the sound levels are okay? We've done our best on our end, which you will inevitably find out isn't good enough. And if you could just let us know if anyone is too loud, anyone is too quiet, anyone is boring the life out of you, I will walk away from the microphone. But yeah, so Aiden, as we said earlier, we are Musos. We love music. We are here to find out more about the muso behind the music. But what we really want to know is, if you punch yourself in the face and it hurts, are you weak or are you strong?
The definition for me of a strongman is one who can express and, feel pain. So I would say, if it hurts a lot, you're a strong person, Alex.
Okay, thank you very much. That was a different answer than what I was expecting.
Huh? What were you expecting?
I don't know. In my head, it's just a funny question. You made some meaning out of it, and now I feel
very
silly.
Thoughtful. No.
How have you been doing, mate? How have you been doing? What's new with you?
Well, the last 2 months of my life has been incredibly hectic. I've been working a full-time job, same full-time job for the last 5 years, and current climate, got a whole marketing team got made redundant. So I'm sitting here thinking 2 months ago, going heavy right at the start of the podcast. Just this is how we do things.
Let's do it.
I'm gonna try be a full-time musician.
Nice. That's exactly it. Exactly what you needed is for the marketing team of a company to be dispersed. I'm just going to say that. Like, that seems completely. Do you know what? We're struggling right now. We need our product to be less visible.
Yeah.
Does that seems completely backwards to me? Sense. But anyway, moving on from it's their loss, because now we have a full-time streamer on Twitch. It gives you free time to make more music, which you've been a very busy boy with collaborating with some people.
Yeah.
Tell us more.
Big fan of a streamer from Canada. Her name is Mirabelle Jean. We've got a lot of collaborations lined up. I think you heard it here first.
Look at this. Exclusives on the Musos Podcast.
Probably going to do an album, I think.
Oh, wow. Amazing.
We've got 2 covers out, maybe another 1 and maybe 2 in the pipeline. But it's kind of crazy because I guess, I don't know about you guys, but like coming onto Twitch, like I just had zero expectation about, what was going to happen, the people I'd meet. And, now I'm producing music with folks over in Canada. And it's like, you just never know what's possible, and kind of just exceeds every expectation that I had.
Yeah. No, that's one of the things I love about doing music on Twitch is like the networking that you get out of it, and the way that you can engage with other musicians. And
because we didn't know each other before Twitch.
No, exactly. And it's that thing where
I can't get rid of you.
In some instances, like when you do gigs around Sydney and stuff, especially if you're like a solo artist, is you tend to do your slot and then you leave.
And everyone does slots at the same time.
Or someone
everywhere.
someone else will come in. Like maybe even if someone comes in right after you, have like a quick 10-minute chat when it's like, But
it's always like the bland chat of, oh, how are you doing? Are you busy? Yeah, me too. Yeah, okay, yeah. Well, bye then.
Yeah. By then, I got to set up.
Yeah, you've got to set up. I got to get out. Yeah. You don't get the interaction, or the networking across as you do with Twitch. That's right.
Exactly. And like you get to hang out in other people's channels and kind of become that kind of like part of the community a bit through that too, which is really nice. But yeah, it's cool.
How do you find the how do I put this? The workflow working with someone over in Canada.
It's so funny. So I actually spoke with Mirabelle for the first time over Zoom for a stream. So we're celebrating our newest cover coming out on Spotify, so we thought we'd hop on stream, have a chat, and that was actually the first time we spoke like face to face.
Yeah.
Or
So that's the first time you
had a
spoke
voice
face-to-face.
conversation.
Otherwise, everything else had just been...
Through text, just chat. Like we actually just use Instagram DMs just to kind of work out. Like I just sent her some stems and it's like, oh, here you go. Like here's like we'll kind of like hash out like kind of how we kind of want things to sound, and then I'll go off and record something, and then Mirabelle will basically kind of work her magic over that.
That's pretty cool.
That's pretty cool.
And the time difference, that how much does that affect things?
Oh, probably not at all.
No.
Because I find that, well, when Mirabelle's streaming, I'm working, and then there's a little bit of time before I start streaming Monday, Wednesday, Friday, that we kind of, have a show. It's really funny. Like none of it's been planned, none of it's been, I guess, structured at all. It's just kind of like, hey, we both like this kind of music. Do you want to like here's some stems, like go record some stuff.
No, that's awesome. That's that kind of organic sort of. Do you have like I guess in the collaborating and also when you're writing, are you like, is she sending words over and you're writing the melodies, or like are you kind of just throwing stuff back and forth at each other?
Well, we haven't. So I reckon it would be different if we were doing original music, but we've started off with covers to start with. So we kind of have a base that we can both work from.
Yep.
But it is kind of just us like throwing stuff back and forth at each other.
And just, yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
If it works, it works.
I mean, that's it. I guess starting off with the covers is a good way to work out if you work well together.
Yeah.
Which you clearly do if you're looking to do an album. And then, then it leads to, okay, well, we've got this, or you might go, I've got an idea for a song. Or she might come along with, hey, I've got these ideas with this track, do you like any of it, kind of thing. And then, it sort of would flow from there. So it seems a smarter way to do it, to make sure you're both compatible for the actual workflow itself beforehand. But yeah, can you see yourselves working with Mirabelle for some original tracks?
I reckon so.
Yeah.
I think we both kind of slot really nicely into the same kind of genre, I suppose. Although it's funny, I hadn't noticed this until someone in her chat pointed this out. When we're both singing and doing harmonies, like our accents are so different. So you're just hearing, like, I'm Australian and Mirabelle's very Canadian. So it's like the accents are just so different. And like once you start listening for it, it's actually a little bit jarring.
Yeah, okay. Because certain syllables and things would just be completely...
Yeah, maybe. I wouldn't have thought of that.
Because I feel like...
I fit the song. My accent changes whatever
my
song
accent changes depending on the song a bit too.
But I always appreciate people whose voice is always the same. Like, regardless of what... Because you can just identify them like that.
Yeah.
But I just can't. I just don't know where. Because I've done so many times, I've fitted the song. I don't know where my voice is.
No, it's... I'm the same. I don't even know what my style
maybe
is.
I'm just being wrong and people can pick my voice out, but I'm just like, in my head, I don't know where my voice is. I don't know how I would sing certain songs.
Well, Alex, I was listening to you one day on stream and I'm like, who's this guy? Because like I feel like every time you sing, I think someone read it into your stream and I'm like, who is this man? And you kind of reminded me a little bit about have you ever got this before? You sound a bit like the Kooks.
Not
sometimes.
Kooks, no. I've had Mumford a few times, but that was when I tried to do it.
Yeah, when you're leaning into it.
Yeah, I did an entire gig. I was bored, so I did an entire gig trying to sound like Marcus Mumford, and then for the next 2 weeks, I couldn't drop it. I was so hard. I like broke myself into it, and I couldn't get out. But then I learned to control that like gravel. So I was like, oh well, that worked out well.
Is it like, it's like, are we musicians or are we like impersonators?
Oh yeah, I'm definitely impersonator. 100%. 100%.
Wait, who are you impersonating, Sully?
Pardon?
Who are you impersonating, Sully?
Yeah.
Oh, well, Sully. I'm not him. I'm not him. I've stolen it.
Yeah, this is Northie, by the way.
But I think it's kind of funny like that, because even learning songs, not... I don't know if it's the way everyone has learned, but like learning a cover and then learning 2 covers and then 100 covers to learn how to play and sing. Essentially, you're just copying, copy, rather than learning from like complete first principles of like scales and then going in that way. But then, isn't everything on some level?
Oh, you're going deep.
I'm going really deep.
He's
right
going
now.
real deep.
Really deep.
I love that.
Aiden's in for this.
Everything's copying.
Yes.
Like even when I'm songwriting, sometimes it's like the artists you like obviously their music is going to be some sort of hybrid of their inspirations of what they've listened to, you know?
I'm sure I told you that I was writing a song once and going, oh my God, this is brilliant. How is this not a song? And then realized that
It was a song.
Word for word.
It happens all the time. Word for word. Word for word. Yeah.
Word for word.
Yeah.
I was like,
Sometimes-
wait, I know this song.
So one of the things I like when I'm writing is when I get the feeling that I'm writing it as if someone else has written it. Not someone else has written it, but as if it sounds new to me. I'm like, oh, I haven't heard this. I'm like,
yeah.
that must mean I'm coming up with something
Yeah.
a bit original or different. It's weird. But sometimes I'm like, oh, sometimes I write lyrics and I'm like, that doesn't make sense. And then I start thinking about it and I'm like, oh, it's interesting though.
Yeah.
And it's like, I just wrote something that didn't make sense. But now I'm trying to like...
It's like every EDM track.
Yes. I should switch to EDM, shouldn't I?
You definitely should.
I definitely should.
What would your EDM name be, though?
Yeah, there's a question.
It'd be Southey, but there'd be no vowels. So it'll just be STHY.
Ah,
You've thought about this.
Yeah.
I
No,
guess
haven't,
mine would just
but
be
it would
ALX then, wouldn't it?
STHY. Or maybe it'd be Southey, but then there'd be like above like one of the letters, there'd be like dots and things, you know, like
Yeah. Or just an apostrophe, random apostrophe.
before it.
Yeah. 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 Because, yeah. What would your EDM name be?
it's actually something I've thought about because I want to make lo-fi. Like lo-fi is a big thing that I've been getting into recently.
Lo-fi boy.
Yes.
Is lo-fi boy a thing? Because
Lo-fi
lo-fi girl
girl's a
is.
thing.
Lo-fi boy.
Someone's bound to have done it, right? That's not an original thought.
Lo-fi boy. I don't know.
Well, anyway,
Maybe
sorry for interrupting. Go.
Someone in the chat says Adam Winterville.
Yeah, sounds about
Well,
right.
That's the thing though. So my like there's a bit of a meme on Twitch where every time I log into a stream, someone calls me something different. So it's been
enjoy it.
Adam, Adrian, Aiden, and there's been other variations, but it's all been a variation of a name and a place. So I've thought about like my like electronic artist name is going to be Name and Place because it's like the summation of I guess everything that everyone's called me over the last year and a half.
Name and place.
Go on. Give us a name and place. If it was
Name and
today,
place.
your EDM name is
No, I think that is his name. Name and
That's
place.
the name. Name and Place.
name and place. That's it.
Name and place.
and
That's
Name and
it.
place.
That's it. Name and place.
Is it name and
Name
place
and place.
or
Yeah.
name
All one word, baby. Let's go.
apostrophe n apostrophe place?
I mean, we could probably work it out which way, but it'll be a variation of that.
Name and place and date of
Name and
birth.
place.
Dob.
Yeah.
Dob.
ASL.
Dob. That'd be yours.
Dob.
Dob. Dob.
I'd be Dob.
Dob. Date of birth.
I'd be Dob the house elf.
Beautiful. Dob.
All right, that's fine.
Ah.
You started streaming. Well, what I'm aware of on Reddit ?
Yeah, you told me that the other day. I was
Yes.
like, no, you can stream on Reddit, Ken?
Yes.
I had to tell Tom that Reddit was still a website. He thought it was just
I was like, no.
something that nobody has accounts for. That people just go on. I was like, how would that website work, Tom? But yeah, you've got old streams still up on Reddit, as I found.
I'm actually. I've been dabbling a little bit into the dual streaming because
Dual stream.
yeah the dual screen because Twitch has actually come out and said they support like mobile first platforms and
Yes.
and dual
So
stream.
what have you dabbled on? Are you TikToking? Are you Instagramming?
No, I'm Redditing. I'm
Are you
Redditing.
streaming back on the Reddit?
Stream. I'm going back to my roots.
Oh, going deep dive.
Going back into my roots. You know, I started off that because Reddit's really funny because you know how sometimes Twitch will put you on the front page.
Yeah.
And it's like a big organized thing where they kind of send you an email, you need to agree to some terms, yada, yada, yada.
I've never heard about
Reddit. Wait. Yeah.
Ignore him. I'm doing it. He's probably got the longest stretch on the front page there ever was.
Well, Chris, apparently they forgot about Chris. I forget Chris's last name. Other muso from Australia.
Miller.
He was on there for like Chris Miller. Yeah, he was on for ages.
Yeah, yeah. I think you get put on a. I think they have like an amount of people on the front page, and if those people aren't on, then they shift people up. If you have a wonderful tick, that's why the occasional backflow will come to some of the partners. I think that's how it works. And then
there's that organized thing, and then there's Reddit where there's like, if you are getting a little bit of traction early on in your stream, they'll just throw you on the front page, and then all of a sudden you'll have like 10,000 people watching.
Nice.
Cool. That works. It's much more organic. That's kind of nice though.
I have seen random streams actually while I've been browsing Reddit. It'll like throw a stream at me. I'm like, what? Wait, what? What's going on? So I just came to find out about stuff. Like, I just wanted to browse today. I learned one of my favorite ones.
That's cool though. That's kind of thrilling, because you just be like, randomly it would just like completely go off rather than being completely structured.
Because you never know. You'll hop on some days and you'll stream for 10 minutes to 30 people, and then other times you'll hop on and all of a sudden you're streaming to 4,000. It's like kind of got me into kind of hooked on streaming to start with.
Yeah.
Because it was in the middle of lockdown, and I'm like, I had just picked up guitar, piano, and singing again after 10 years off. And I really wanted a way to perform. Reddit was, I don't know why Reddit was my first destination. Then Twitch after that.
Yeah, it's not the first place it strikes me as a streaming platform. When lockdown hit, I know a lot of people went to Facebook Live and Instagram Lives, and I just can't stand Facebook, so I didn't go near that. And then the Instagram ones I sort of looked at, but then I did one for a bar that I played for. They wanted to do one, and I did one for them, and it sounded awful, and I was like, I don't want to do that anymore. Because it's just, I felt like it was hurting me by having bad sound quality and all stuff like that. And I was like, I've got all the gear, I could do a proper one. And I've been on Twitch for years now, but just as a viewer, watching gaming and stuff. And then I was like, well, let's have a go at this then. Can't be that hard. I saw Chris Miller. I saw Chris Miller stream, and I was like, wait a minute.
You can do this.
People do
whole
music.
Yeah.
And so I started messaging him, pestering him, and I've pestered him ever since, and he's been very helpful.
Beautiful.
But I wouldn't have pegged Reddit for music streams. Do you get much traction towards other social platforms through Reddit, or
no? It's horrific. It's just like people. Well, I mean, it's even more transient than Twitch, I suppose, because like people are just scrolling.
Yeah,
and so if they like your sound, they'll click on your stream. But there's no longevity. There's no following. There's no. I guess the reason why I came over to Twitch, I saw you guys heard of Matt Walden?
Yes, of course.
Yeah,
of course. He's wild.
I came onto his stream, like that was the first music stream I've ever seen, and I saw the song list bot. Man, the song list bot blew my mind.
Yeah.
There's a thing that will actually order your list, and you can put songs in there and people can request it. And I don't have to because there's none of that on Reddit. People are just yelling stuff out. Just like, play this song. I'm like, I don't know that song.
Is there any moderation in that as well?
None.
Or is it just a free for all?
It's just I actually don't have any control over what people say. People can say whatever the hell they want. And it's just kind of whatever.
It's just,
it sort of opens up the floodgates on just
like
random things.
Mad Max version of Twitch.
And so you saw Matt Walden, and you're like, I need to do this.
Yeah, and then I spent the next. It's actually so funny. My first stream, I got rated by this guy named Midnight Leroy. He was, I was an hour into my first stream, and I got rated by basically 10 people who would then become like my first subscribers, my first mods, and they introduced me to Haley.
Yes.
Haley's community.
It's the original gang. The original gang Raiders came in.
Yeah. And they gave me kind of honestly, I guess Alex, you had Chris Miller. I had a bunch of random folks on the internet just kind of helping me out with my streams. I just had no idea.
Tom
what I was
had a
doing.
similar experience as well. So I think everyone has the same sort of thing.
I first started, my first stream was going to be Instagram live, sort of, or something like that. Because I was like, I'm releasing a song, so I'll do like a live. I actually wanted to do a gig, like a book a show.
Yeah.
And I don't know, just try and sell like 20 tickets or something.
I'd have bought all 20. And then not in.
Thank you. I was waiting for that. I was like, that's nice of you.
No.
All 20.
Oh, it's empty, Tom.
But yeah, so was going to do Instagram Live or something like that. And then, ended up just doing Twitch instead and posting on Instagram, hey everyone, I'm doing a live stream for my single release over on Twitch. And same thing, like when I first, found about the song list bot, which essentially, if you don't know what that is, there's like a bot in the chat where people can type in requests and it will like put them in a queue and that can come up on the screen and it becomes all interactive and stuff.
It's just your set list, basically. It's a list of songs.
It's just,
and people can browse it and then select songs from it. Yeah, I forget that people might not know what we're talking about.
That like absolutely blew my mind.
And we all know what song list bot.
I had no idea what I was doing, so I just had my camera and my audio. Played some songs. I think my first stream, I did the classic thing where my mic was coming out the left speaker, and then my guitar was coming out the right.
That happened to me.
You know, the OBS.
More recently than you'd think.
Than you'd like to hear.
You took a bit of a break though, Alex. You got an excuse.
Was that you cut out there? Sorry.
You took a bit of a break, didn't you?
Yeah, that was like an accidental break. But we're here to talk about you.
But it's same thing. People in the community pop into the chat, and then they're just so willing to like help you out.
Yeah, it's a good spot.
So I had a couple of people, like Z and Serenity, just essentially just telling me what to do, and I was just like, "This is brilliant. Keep telling me what to do." And they were like, "You need to do this and add this in, and do this and do this," and then before I knew it, I was like a live streamer.
Yeah, and here you are today.
Yeah.
Here we all are today.
Exactly.
Collectively as a group.
It's a group. And so you've started back. You now like dual stream into Reddit. Is that a thing you're doing now?
I'm back. I never thought I'd go back, but it's nice to get a little bit of a bump.
Just on a tech sort of side, how do you do that?
So Reddit has this platform called RPAN, so Reddit Public Access Network Studio. It's basically a version of OBS that's kind of specifically licensed for Reddit.
Okay.
So luckily my computer can handle running the two at once. But yeah, it's basically just running two streams at once. Somehow my camera is able to kind of simultaneously send out like video to both platforms. I don't know how that works, but
nice.
Yeah, that doesn't happen ever.
Even when we were getting up before, it was just
we had to stop the stream after a minute just because we'd forgot to do something. So, classic. Tech. Gotta love the tech.
And it was funny. It's just this slippery slope of when you first start streaming, and you're just kind of like surrounded by people who have these hectic setups.
Oh yeah, and you get down the rabbit hole.
I'm just gonna buy this. I'm gonna buy that. I'm gonna keep buying stuff. So gear acquisition syndrome has been in full force over the last year and a half.
100%. But I will say your lighting on your stream has been bang on for
phenomenal.
Yeah, it's been
inspirational.
I can't remember when it changed. When you started doing that silhouette thing, that I was just like, oh my god! I think I sent a screenshot to you and I sent to Will, and I was like, what is going on here? How has he done it?
I can't do it anymore. I can't do it anymore. I've got so when I changed my camera lens to like a massive like wide angle.
Oh yeah,
lens.
So, no, it won't.
So I used to just turn off. I've got two key lights. Well, I've got the Elgato key lights, which are controlled by my computer, so I can just turn it off like that. So it's not the same. It's not the same effect, unfortunately, but because I used to be able to just kind of darken everything and then just have my background lights going. So I would just be this silhouette.
I mean, but that's not bad. I know people who are just listening to it can't see it, but it is quite silhouetted. All you'd need is when you do that to have something like the back wall more.
Yeah, true.
But you don't need any more gear.
Just
I'm just saying
this is the problem.
It's just that
I used
constantly
gear acquisition with music stuff, right? But then I started Twitch, and then I'm like, well, now I need camera. Now I'm getting into cameras. I'm getting into lighting.
Oh, yeah.
I'm getting into like, what else do I buy lately? Like lights. Well, lighting's a whole thing.
You bought another PC.
Yeah, I bought a computer.
It's like
it's really bad. And then I realized this year, I realized I have an Amazon addiction to buying things on Amazon Prime.
But yeah, you definitely Amazon Prime. I thought I was bad, and then I met you.
I'm pretty bad.
Using the same day
I start
delivery.
to get jumpy if nothing turns up.
God.
If a day passes where nothing comes, I'm like, what's going on?
It's the best, though. Especially, but you haven't got an Alexa either, though. That's the thing. It's because she gives me this lovely yellow light when she's got notifications for me as well. Like, package arriving today. I'm like, thanks. Yes, best day ever.
But yeah, it's
getting into the world of DSLRs on top of the music equipment. Because I didn't have a camera before, and then I bought a camera for basically specifically for YouTube, and
we've all done that.
Learning about lenses, learning about lighting, and then how much money goes into all that.
But also when you're starting out, you assume that you see someone stream you like, and you assume you need all of that. You see their gear list, and you're like, I need to buy this, I need to buy this, I need to buy this, or it's going to be terrible. And it's like, it doesn't. First up, doesn't matter. Most 90% of this doesn't matter. It's all fluff.
It's all the 1%ers. It's the 1% that makes, but it's not like 50 to 60% is all about your music, you as a person.
Yeah, it's your attitude, it's your music, it's your consistency to stream, Alex. It's like, it's that kind of thing. That's what drags it through. It's the community, it's your interaction. And if it looks nice and fancy on top, then even better. But there's so many things that you don't need, but you buy.
They help.
They can help.
It's nice because I'm always just like, I feel like I'm improving, but all I'm doing is spending money.
But what I fall into the, I could get this just in case I need to do this. Because I've got 2 launch pads. I don't need 2. And no way do I need 2. I have 2.
You have 2.
Just in case. It's like I don't need 2.
In case one breaks.
I bought the bigger version of Ableton just in case. I barely use it.
Yeah, what's that called? There's a name for that, isn't it?
Idiocy.
But they always get you because you're always like, I'm gonna,
There's
I'm going to use it at some point. You want to have headroom for everything, but then before you know it, I need to do the thing where,
I'm future-proofing myur
don't
that's
buy
what I'm
it
doing.
until you need it.
I'm future-proofing everything.
Man, the future-proof. Honestly, that's what gets me.
It's
my
a lie.
friend's like, you want to buy the high-end pedals because you want to future-proof yourself
because it's future-proof. Like, I spend a hell of a lot more money on it, but I was just like, that's me sorted for a while.
Yeah.
Unlike Will. So that's the only one I can be smug about. Is because I told Will to buy one. And he went and bought and built a pedal board and has now gone and bought a Helix Stomp.
To go in. To fit in.
Now he's just moving pedals.
He's gone.
And I was gone, told you. That's the only thing.
It's tricky sometimes because you want to dive in, but there's a point when you've when it crossed the line.
Yeah. You can spend that extra few $100 here. Oh.
You get diminishing returns on the amount of investment you get in your gear.
That's it. Like, I need a new guitar. I'm spending money on everything else. I need a new guitar. Mine's been a workhorse, but I've slammed the life out of it for 4 years.
Yeah. And it's literally like it's the centerpiece of probably what you do.
If that goes, everything's gone.
Yeah,
but I can get away without the pedals and I can get and all that nonsense. But if the guitar dies, I'm dead.
The thing is, you're never going to want to that's always the thing. You're never going to want to service and work on the stuff you've already got. It's the new stuff that you find interesting.
But also, I need my guitar to go in for a service, but I can't. Because I'm gigging too much.
That's why you need another one.
That's why you need another one. What I should do, actually,
I want to buy another one.
What I need to do, actually, I need someone to remind me, before we go to TwitchCon to send it in to be looked
I was
after.
thinking of doing that too.
Yeah,
well, maybe we can get a deal with both our guitars.
Both our guitars in.
2-for-1 servicing. That's the thing, right?
Yeah.
Surely.
For that week.
It's got to be doubled in.
Yeah, it's got to be. I don't know.
It's got to work.
Probably not. I guess it's probably the same amount of work for the guitar, like
But
luthier.
that was my thing as well. I was like, when I bought the Gretsch, I was like, right, well, I can send my Cole Clark in to get sorted. I just didn't.
But you've got to send your Gretchen to get sorted now.
I know. And they both need to be done. Yeah, that's classic, isn't it?
Classic. Yeah. But Aiden's got a Maton now, hey?
Yeah, honestly,
Maiden Club.
it's
You're
such a
Maiden as
beautiful
well, aren't you?
sounding
Yeah, I am.
guitar.
Disgusting behavior. I expected more from both of you.
I played the Cole Clark, Alex, and I wasn't impressed.
Maybe I wasn't impressed with you.
I think a big factor is like it's like, well, for this is what I've sort of found. It's like it's definitely the way you play, what kind of guitarist you are. I think people vary a lot. Like the way you strum, how hard you strum. Like I don't use a pick, so I use a Maton. And the
you
pickup
say that.
tends to suit me differently.
Both me and Will play Cole Clarks and beat the life out of them.
Yeah.
So I guess
Yeah.
they can take a bit more of a beating. Makes sense. Makes sense.
Yeah.
But you're on a Maton now, I guess. Then.
Yeah.
So you don't beat up your guitar. Is that what you're saying?
I try my hardest not to.
Yeah. I tried for a while, and then I just caved. I wouldn't let anyone look at it. You get so protective when you just buy one.
Yeah.
Just like,
I tried my hardest to protect all my guitars from the old bumps and scratches, but man, it's just even I don't take them anywhere, but they still somehow like extremely scratched and bumped.
Yeah.
And,
I've given up on mine now. It falls over, and everyone in the pub goes, "Oh!" and I'm just like.
I played a gig at the Rocks Market, and it was for something. Can't remember what it was, but they had a display
For money?
But yeah, it was for money, yes. But there was an event on. But they had a display up, and the display collapsed onto my guitar.
Oh no!
Wait, have you guys ever done?
That's terrible.
Go on.
Forgetting to like latch your case up, and you kind of pick up your guitar, and the guitar falls out.
About 30 times. I had it the other day. I was playing a duo with a singer, and she was like, "Right, what can I carry?" I was like, "Oh, the guitar." So she went to pick it up, and
the
it
case.
just. And I was like, "Oh yeah, I didn't do that. That's on me." But that's the thing. It's my guitar. The guitar lives. But it's happened so many times. This is part of the reason why I need a new guitar.
Yeah. So you can bash the crap out of that one too.
Yeah, so I can pretend to like it for a week and then get back to
Never played
back to
again.
normal.
Yeah.
In my mind, I want to get a new guitar, and I want it to be like my
It happens for a
my
month.
stay-at-home perfect one, and then my other one's going to be my workhorse. But then when I bought this one was going to be my workhorse, and that other one was going to be my nice one. But then I got so used to the workhorse one.
Yeah,
like the
but that's
style
thing.
of it, I can't change now.
No, but that's the thing. One plays favorite, and you like playing it more, and then it becomes the workhorse.
I think you need two of the same guitar. I think that's.
But I'll have a favorite. One will be the ugly child or something
the ugly child.
that you just won't like.
Yeah.
But on the topic of taking your guitars out, I noticed at the start of the year you're picking up a few gigs. What are you doing moving forward? Are you looking into more live performances, or how do you
music live?
Oh, it's tough, man. I remember calling. I think I called Will D. Will D's room.
Wild music?
Twitch.
Yes.
Yeah, wild music. Yep. I called him. I'm like, I've never done gigs before. What's it like? What do you need? And I think we spoke for about 45 minutes, and like what he said just didn't really appeal to me that much, because like I don't drive, so I would need to catch Ubers everywhere with all my gear.
Yeah.
And I kind of love just being able to, plonk myself down, like pick up my guitar and just kind of play to, however many people are watching. But then after I did my first few gigs, like you really start to kind of get a feel for playing in front of, actual people. So I think moving forward, I think I would do one gig a week. I think, because I'm currently working a catering job just to pay the bills.
Of course.
It would be nice to switch that over to just a gig a week.
Yeah. Yeah. Would you, so gig-wise, would you be more on originals or covers, or what's the ambition with it?
I guess to start with, I'll kind of take whatever I can get.
Yeah, I guess so.
To be honest.
That's the way it starts, 100%.
Originals. I want original money.
Yes. Yeah. Playing originals, it doesn't really pay very, very much, depending on, unless you put if you put it on yourself, there's also
the money is kind
involved.
of in the cover stuff, isn't it? Really?
Yeah. The cover gigs is what will pay the bills, I guess, which sucks.
Because even support slots for like bands and things are often like $100, and then you've got to be there. Like sometimes they do the sound checks like 4 hours before the show, so and then you're the pre-band, so you've got to get there before the band sound checks, and then you've got to wait like 4 hours before you come on for your 10 minutes.
Yeah, a quick hello, bye.
And then by the end of the night, you pay your parking fee. And then you've got no money.
Because you've been parked for 7 hours at this point.
And then you just crawl up on the street.
Yeah, it's how it works.
And just hope someone gives you a jacket.
But it's a great life.
It's funny. I actually spoke about this with Haley before. We were kind of talking about, because Haley's the same. I guess her and I didn't really start off with like hazy music on Twitch, or just hazy rather. We both started off on Twitch making music, and I wouldn't say that we were like gigging musicians first. And when all of us caught up for brunch, I guess we were chatting a bit about like, what do we see ourselves doing? Like, I think that I will probably be a streamer first.
Yeah.
Pretty much like 95% is like I have an awesome community, some of which you are in the chat at the moment. Hello, guys. How you doing? And yeah, I wouldn't mind doing maybe a gig a week, but I guess I'm probably a streamer first.
Yeah. I get the comfort of it. It was something strange to me when I first started streaming, that a lot of people on Twitch aren't musicians, like gig musicians.
Yeah, because there's kind of in the music realm on Twitch, in the music category. And if you're new to Twitch, it's a live streaming service. They're probably people will be like, what are these guys talking about?
Yeah, what is a Twitch?
There's a music category, and then I guess you've got a hybrid. So you've got some people, who have started out.
It's a lot of DJs
streaming. It's a lot of DJs.
It's a lot of DJs.
Besides the DJs, there's a lot of musicians that are, I guess that have started out streaming their music, or come from maybe their YouTube side.
Yeah, it was different to me. Like, because I know Chris Miller, he started streaming. Very competent guitarist, but he wanted to practice his singing, and so that's how and why he started streaming, just to practice his singing, and things like that. And then you meet other people on there, and then as I was going. I didn't really think about it because we were in lockdown that nobody gigged. And then when lockdown ended, and then I was like, well, I'm back, I'm gigging full time, and all these other things come into play, and I'm just like, oh, wait, nobody else is. I was like, what's going on?
Yeah.
Guys, come on. Like, I suppose this why when we started streaming, we had a good time of it. We were used to the performance.
Yeah.
And it was just the stream bit that confused.
Yeah, the different end, the stream bit.
End. But it's such a wild thing because you've got two or three tracks released now at the moment.
I have two originals and another 2 cover tracks on Spotify.
Yeah, well, I have none. Like that's and yours are like very well done, very well produced, and you should definitely stream them on Spotify or Amazon Music or wherever you get your music. But yeah, it's you've done more than me at the same time. Do you know what I mean? It's a different world. I don't know. I'm just confused.
Well, I feel like one of the things is like we're talking about streaming, and then there's gigs on the side, and then there's like getting music on Spotify. They all fall in what, if you look at a musician, you think that's what you need to be doing, but they're all separate things, and that they're extremely hard to juggle at the same time.
True.
And that's one of the things I've found lately is like I've cut back a bit on some streaming and some I've sort of combined streaming and production for a bit just because there's just not enough hours in the week to stream and gig and
podcast,
put new music out and and podcast. But yeah, there's just like a million things you need to do these days.
It's kind of the main reason why I've, I guess I don't particularly want to go back into full-time work, at least for the next few years, because once you start to juggle like 3 or 4 different things, like you tend to, I actually want to be a good guitarist in the next 3 years. Like the next 3 years of my life, I'm dedicating to learning how to play jazz guitar. Don't ask me why jazz guitar. I'm just it just kind of went into that direction.
Yeah. Why not start off with something harder?
Oh man, I consider classical guitar.
Jesus, jazz guitar.
Good luck.
And you know, I thought that I would have time to, you know, sit down and write music, but like it's something that you actually consciously need to sit down and do.
And if you cut out like time for,
yeah.
But do you get the? I know Tom gets it, but we have like a gig fatigue. So post weekend, we've done our gigs. I don't want to look at my guitar anymore. But it's Monday and I have a stream. Like, do you get that sort of feeling from doing the streams and writing and things like that?
When I was January this year, I tried to challenge myself and stream. I streamed every day for.
Oh yes,
I was going to do it for a month, and it got to about 18 days where I just could not. Like actually physically will myself to sing anymore. Like I was just done. My dad regularly watches my streams and he's probably my harshest critic. He's not afraid to kind of roast me when I do a bad job. He's like, that was
that
horrible.
person in your life though.
Yeah.
And it's good because I guess I probably wouldn't be the musician I am today without, I guess, him just sitting me down and being like, that was fucking horrible. Just don't do that again.
Thanks, Dad.
The thing is, I say stuff like that to people all the time, but I'm often joking. So if someone says it to me, I immediately think they're joking. I'm like, good funny joke.
I never sound terrible.
You're so funny.
Everyone in the world is so funny. Yeah. They all think I'm so bad.
No, it's the children who are wrong.
But yeah, I would say 3 days a week. I don't experience any, like, I guess, stream fatigue or gig fatigue. I think if I was to go to 4 days, I think would be my absolute limit because you just need time to rest and kind of like decompress.
I found it during I started streaming the second lockdown, and I found I was craving attention so badly that I was bursting to get on the stream. And I was doing 5 or 6 days a week, and I was like just looking at the clock, just going, "Is it time? Can I go on yet?" Like, I was itching. I was just craving attention. Like, I'm so used to just gigging all the time and just acting the fool with my friends that I'm just bursting out of the seams to just go, can I go now? Come on. And then, you know, that's how it ended up with like violent shoeies and things. Yeah. Just because I was having a great time.
I was the same at the start. Right at the start, I came in and I'm like, oh, this is actually kind of addicting. Like this.
It is.
Like you're streaming to what? Like 20, 30, 40 people. And yeah, it's just like, there's nothing like it. Or maybe there is something like it because you guys probably do get a lot more instant gratification from like live shows, but
it's a different one. Because when you're doing a live show, unless you've put on a ticketed event, people haven't necessarily come to see you. Whereas when you're on a stream, what I found is that you are competing not only against all the other current streamers, but you're also competing against YouTube and Netflix and Foxtel Sports. Like you're competing against everything for people's attention. And the people, they may have 2 or 3 browsers open at the same time. They might be doing some homework. They might be doing in work. They might be doing something else, but they've chosen to have your stream on. And so that's the gratification you get from that.
And then, like a lot of gigs you'll play at where everyone's you're just there.
You're just they've gone to this bar because this is the bar they go to, or they've gone to this cafe because this is the one they go to, and you happen to be there, and that's your relationship. So sometimes you get them up and they have a great time, blah, 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 they come up to you afterwards, but it's a very different gratification than someone's chosen to be here.
Yeah, yeah.
Like they purposely clicked on this and stayed.
Yeah.
There's a very
How
different
do you
thing.
guys deal with? So when I did my first show, I wasn't expecting. You have people who are sitting down and they're chatting to their friends, they're drinking, whatever, and you finish the song, and there's just silence, and there's like people coughing, and it's like, I'm like, what? How do I? What do I do? Do I just like?
That took me. I'm going to say like 6 months to a year to get used to, because I originally started playing in the UK, where you finish a song and people they don't even realize you finished a song, but they've noticed the silence and they just immediately start.
Yeah.
like that. Like it's just instinct. They clap, they cheer. Well done, you've done a song. Australia, nothing. Yeah. But they come up to you afterwards and go, "That was the best thing I've ever seen in my entire life." And you're like, "Where have you been? Like, give me something back."
The one you get almost every gig is they come up to you and they go, "Oh, look, I know it seems like no one's listening, but I was listening and I really enjoyed your music."
I get that every time.
And they come up to me and I'm like, "You're one
Here
of
it
them."
goes.
He goes, "I know you think no one's listening," because they feel bad for you, because the people who do appreciate you look around and no one's clapping and no one's interacting with you at all, and they think, "Oh, that poor musician, he's just probably soul destroyed." And you're like, "Mate, my soul was destroyed when I was 21.
Long time ago.
I know what I'm doing now. I feel nothing.
It's okay.
Clap, don't clap. I feel nothing.
I don't care.
I feel nothing."
It was just such a surreal experience, because I guess I had gotten used to, some sort of feedback from chat. So like, it's not like obviously like verbal or kind of, you just see people typing in chat. So that's how you kind of know that you've done a good job. And I appreciate each and every one of you for saying like a clap emoji or anything like that. But like, you go to a gig or like a pub and there's just nothing. I'm just like,
when I'm in people's streams and they go, "Oh, thank you for clap. Thank you for the clap to everyone." I'm so used to just not having that response that I oftentimes just forget people to say, "Oh, thanks for all the support." I just finish the song and then carry on with the conversation as if, "Oh, well, that's done," and then just move on.
Yeah, I'm like that too.
It's just like, I speak about something that happened in the chat, and then people are clapping or whatever. I'm like, yeah, but the thing, guys, someone said something. Like, that's what I always do. I'm so used to just numb to the non-response. It's weird.
One of the things about being a full-time musician, I've noticed at gigs, I get this sometimes as well. And I don't know, I reckon you guys will both get this at some point. You probably had this. But people come up to you and they go, or you're at a gig and you play a set, you're on a break, and then you're getting a drink at the bar, and there's one of the people that go, "Oh yeah, you're doing the music. Oh yeah, cool." And they sort of chat to you and they go, "Yeah, nice. And they go, "Oh yes, so what do you do? What do you do?" And sometimes I'm like, "Well, I do this."
"Wait, what?"
And they go, No. What do you do in the week? And you go, "I'm like, this is my job." And they go, "Oh yeah, like on the side." And you're like, "No." It makes you feel like they view it as like, "Oh, this, am I not good enough to do this professionally?"
I don't know. What we should come up with something. You're a content creator.
One thing I used to do, I remember when I was at uni, was I did the gigs on the side. But I was at uni and I was studying my engineering. And so I noticed people go, "Oh, but what do you do?" And I'd be like, "Oh, I'm studying engineering." And they would go, "Oh, yeah, okay."
No, people don't ask me.
Engineering,
maybe
blah,
I just
blah,
look
blah,
like
blah.
I'm a musician. Like, "Oh, this guy, this is what he does."
But ever since I've stopped engineering and done music full time, people go, "Yeah, what do you do?" And I'm like, "Well, I do this.
I'm a content creator.
I do this." And they're like, "What?"
But
it didn't help. The guy who said that last time, he was dressed as Jesus.
Oh wow.
So
what do you do, bro?
Gigs.
Jesus disapproves my career choices.
That'll teach you for doing a gig in a church.
Trying to take the spotlight away from God.
I did a ceremony in a church, and I arrived early to do a quick sound check. Oh my God, the acoustics.
Oh yeah.
Oh my God, it sounded hevenly.
It's beautiful. It's funny when you do that and you're like, "Oh, well, I've got my reverb on, like my church
Natural
hall
reverb.
on." Like,
yeah, honestly, it was
Got to turn that off.
wild. You'd have loved it, Aiden. It was so good. was just playing guitar and I was like, oh my god, this is amazing.
Beautiful.
This one's so good. Can I play all my gigs from here? It's weird because they live streamed it because it was just like post-COVID, so they live streamed it. There was only
a lot of churches are very
church.
stream savvy these days.
I guess you
It's
gotta
like
be.
it's the thing. I guess you got to be.
Yeah.
People can't make it on Sundays, but they can tune in.
It's a whole new
I guess
world.
so.
Maybe we should stream on Sundays.
From the church?
Could do.
Yeah.
We could do good acoustics.
Very Handsome Billy, his Discord, or well, his group, as he calls it, is the Church of Chill.
I like that.
Oh,
I also love Very Handsome Billy. I fangirl real hard over that man.
I actually watched one of his streams for the first time the other day.
Oh my God.
He's unreal. It's crazy.
Multi-instrumentalist. Just a genuinely very nice human. Yeah, I would recommend his streams to everyone. I
Plays like
know
6
I'm a
instruments,
fangirl
like?
real hard.
5, 6 instruments.
Pardon?
He just plays everything.
Honestly,
it
it's
just blows my mind.
insane. It's insane. And he'll just listen to a song for like 2 seconds and then recreate the entire track, all the instruments. And you're like, bro, calm down.
Insane.
I'm just
Making us all look
guitar
bad.
over here. It's not fair.
He's making us all look bad.
Yeah, but on the
need to get
topic
rid of
of
that
your
guy.
of your greatest critic, well done, Alex. Great words. Dad, what music did you grow up listening to around the house?
That's actually a really good question. I don't have
Thank
very distinctive memories of like my parents listening to music. I do remember I think probably the only thing that I remember was when Dad and I would drive to the footy. He would play like really old jazz albums. Couldn't tell you who it was.
This is the jazz guitar.
The jazz guitar thing's coming through.
Couldn't tell you who it was. Couldn't tell you what the songs were. But I remember just sitting there. I think I was about maybe 5 or 6 years old, and I'm just like really, really digging these jazz. It might have been Sinatra. It might have been Bublé. Yeah. My dad was really big into classical music, so they plopped me on a piano when I was about 8 years old. It's been fun.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah.
We grew up listening to a bit of metal. Tyler says hardcore death metal. It's actually not too far away from the truth.
Yeah, because then you find yourself and you find your own taste in music.
Yeah.
And I'm going to say that you went into the emo. How hard did you go into it?
What about this image gives you the impression that I got into the emo?
I've seen the song list. Don't worry, I vibe on it. Like I went there myself. Like I'll be the first. Like I don't down talk anyone's taste in music. I'll tell them it's bad, but I don't shit on it. But it's just not mine. It's not for me. What I say actually is when I say that if I don't play any Springsteen, right? Which people get really annoyed at me about, and I go, I don't get it yet. That's all I say. I don't get it yet. I'll eventually get it. I didn't get the Beatles up until about 4 years ago. I didn't get it. But now I get it. I'm like, my God, yes, I understand. This is why people like it. I get it now.
Because for a time you go, I don't like it, and then later on you're like, actually, I can understand it.
Yeah, now I get it.
I get it.
Now I get it. So I just tell people, and I say, I don't get it yet. So I still don't get Springsteen yet. I'll eventually get it.
When I was a kid, until I didn't get Onion until I was like 10.
Onion's amazing, Tom.
I know. I get it now.
Ogres are like onions. Yeah.
My Shrek. But to answer your question, Alex, I entered the emo phase when I was 13.
How hard did you go into it?
Extremely hard. I actually destroyed all evidence of the emo phase that I went through. But I used to straighten the hair.
Me too.
I didn't do the makeup, but I had like a massive like fringe going on. I'm actually probably going into the emo phase more with my painted nails. Like
I
29.
think that it was. But it's now removed from that now, I guess, the painted nails. I think it's removed from the emo phase now. I think so many people do it now that it's not in that bracket anymore. It's not, whereas it would just be a mark of, yeah, there you are. You're not wearing your studded belt, but I know. Like that kind of thing. But I think there's a lot of people who do, who have painted nails now. and just that it isn't blindly associated across with it.
They're
emo
appropriating the emo phase, which is disappointing. It's like the e-boy phase.
Yeah, e-boy now. Yeah, I guess
it's evolved.
I came out to the show the other day, and I pretty much have almost the emo fringe coming on here.
You actually do.
I could do it almost. It's nearly there. My hair's so long right now. When it was wet as well, I was like, oh my god, I should straighten this. This will be hilarious. And then I thought, I'll do an emo stream. That'll be great. Why not? Let's do it at some point. Maybe.
Do it. I'll tune in.
Let's tune it. Right, we're doing it now. Podcast. We're going to take a quick break.
Take a quick break. I'm going to straighten my hair.
Straighten my hair.
Get some ink out pens. And we can
just get
I'll just
Sharpie some eyeliner on.
I love it.
Nothing will go wrong there.
Mid-podcast.
It's a flawless plan. It's an absolutely flawless plan. I can't see anything wrong with it.
Well, yeah. Yes. Quick question. I want to get your opinion, and I want to get it.
Is it on
Aiden? I want to get it recorded.
Oh yeah, okay, yeah. We need to know.
And I want you to express exactly how you honestly feel about this. But say I'm busy at my desk. I've just made a cup of tea, and then I've got Aiden's stream on, and I lose track of time, and the tea goes cold. So I walk downstairs and I pop the tea in the microwave. 60 seconds. I take the tea out. It's fresh and hot. How do you feel? What do you think of that?
Can I just interject?
No.
That is not fresh. Fresh and hot. Can we remove the fresh? It is hot. That is correct.
It is hot. It's revitalized.
It's not. No, it's just
revitalized.
Hot.
No, it is. I think we should do a test. What we could do, we make a fresh cup.
Are you going to ask me to taste it?
And we reheat a cup.
Because that's cheating.
Well, then why do you should just always.
It's disgusting.
You can't taste
principle.
the difference.
I'm going to interject here. Tom, do you remember just when this started sweeping around the Twitch music scene? Like, it was a solid month where everyone would be talking about it.
It was everywhere.
It was everywhere. And then Nat Walden talked about it. And then I'm like, oh my God, it's even reaching
it
America.
Went so far. But I still need your answer, and we need it. We need it now.
Look, I think it's actually blasphemous to put tea in the microwave. Honestly, I will just sit down. I would scull the tea.
You'd scull it cold?
I would scull it cold. Scull it cold.
Yeah, me too.
I
did the same on stream yesterday.
But is this people who don't like the microwave part, or is this people who just don't have ADHD and forget about their tea after 2 minutes?
I sculled cold tea yesterday. I didn't even scull it. I just continued to sip it.
Okay. But what I'm saying is, have you ever tried it?
Yeah, and that's how I know it's disgusting.
No, it's like I did it, and I was like, "Oh my god!"
I was a child, and
it's
I regret
literally
it.
like
I had childhood trauma from it.
It's literally like you get your tea out, right? You boil the kettle, you make the tea, it goes cold. You press Control Zap, and then it's hot again. It genuinely.
That is genius, by the way. I like to appreciate that for you wrong.
But it is. It's literally just like when you take it out of the microwave, you're like, "Oh my god!" It's like. The microwave, it could almost be like, if I was a kid and you told me it took the tea back in time to when it was hot, I would believe you.
Yeah.
Because it's just like that.
If you were a child and I'd lied to you, you'd believe me. Is that what you're saying? So you're saying microwave tea is a lie.
You can't.
That is what you're saying.
You can't tell.
I can tell.
And you don't zap it too hot because otherwise you burn the milk.
I reckon 60 seconds would be too hot.
60 is pretty hot.
Yeah.
When you said 60,
the reason I do 60 is, okay, look, I've done it now.
This guy doesn't like his face.
I've done it now enough that genuinely you take it out and it's super hot and I'm like,
have you ever superheated water?
The power
with a microwave.
The power of it though is I take it upstairs. It doesn't go cold for 10 minutes. It's actually super tea.
It's also radioactive.
It's super tea.
You turn off your lights and it'll glow.
The tea.
Yep.
That's quite cool.
I feel like the tea in the microwave
is better than regular tea. That's what I'm saying.
But also, have you ever microwave water to a point where it's superheated?
I have not. That sounds very dangerous.
I did it. I put a spoon in. I put a spoon in.
A metal spoon.
It was in uni. I was just microwaving and I forgot about it. You just put it in. You just press a button and it goes on and you pull it out.
You have microwave trauma, which is why you don't.
Put the spoon in and it just went... was like, Jesus Christ.
Well, you put the spoon in the water.
And the metal just set it off. I
And
don't
it
know what
explodes.
happened. It just blew up.
And is
onto
it like really dangerous? Because it
I
would
guess
hit you.
so. Yeah. It was crazy. Luckily, I'm fine.
That makes sense. Well, because microwaves, they microwave
They do.
water. They microwave. No, they vibrate water molecules, is what they do.
I saw a reel the other day, and it was Nigella Lawson, and she was saying she popped something in the microwave. It was not tea, but she didn't say microwave. She said microwave.
Oh, microwave. I've seen that.
Microwave.
Pop it in the microwave.
I love that.
Yeah.
I feel like the microwave does weird. I have a lot of honey in my tea, so when I feel like the microwave does a bunch of weird stuff.
It'll turn
to
to
the honey.
lava if you microwave.
Yeah.
Also, do you just not like tea and you just like honey? How
No, I
strong?
love tea.
How strong a brew? That we should get a color chart. We had an argument on my stream before. We had a color chart up, and there was an argument that broke out.
But you know what you need? You need, it depends on the screen people are viewing the color chart
Yeah, true,
on.
true,
You need
true.
like a true color screen. Because I know that monitor, this one we're looking at here, is a different shade to this one.
Yeah.
So depending. It would have to be across the board.
We had one with toast and tea, and there were fights in my chat. they were all out brawls. Like some people, they're just like,
How did
they're like, why are you even saying that's tea? And then one, it looks like Ribena.
Some people, you're pouring their cup of tea and you can watch them break. If you're pouring in the milk, if you just like, I've done it once, but I've accidentally, I think it was actually
It might have been Jade. She might have tried to
I
kill
was
you.
pouring the milk and I was trying to, I was pouring it though, and I just heavy-handedly poured way too much in, and it just broke.
Yeah,
her.
she probably would have punched a wall or something.
Yeah.
She just ate like a.
It's a sensitive subject.
You arrive at a party, and then you go, "Oh, hey, yeah, this is Aiden. This is Tom Aiden. Yeah. Oh, sorry, I just need to show you that's the introduction, the milk to the tea. That's what she wants. She's just a kick. What? I don't want to know anything about you.
That's such a interesting.
That's
way
what she
to
wants.
put it.
Yeah,
just a
quick introduction.
That's it.
handshake away.
Oh.
That's all she wants. And the tea
I'd call
bag
it
needs to be in there for a while as well.
dollop.
Yeah,
of
you
milk.
dollop.
Dollop.
You give them a quick how are you? Where'd you come from? What do you do for work?
There you go.
Or, yeah, what do you really do for work? And then that's what
What's your real job? No. But it's the people that they don't take it as an answer. Like, I do this, and they go, "Nah, but
this is how you're heavy pouring. You're having that conversation.
No,
you're heavy
but
pouring the milk.
the milk's going in."
Yeah, you just keep going with it. It's overflowing.
I'm not a huge fan of milk with
pastel
tea.
colour.
Tea with milk. I just can't. I drink mostly herbal tea though, so that's probably
Okay, that's
so
fine.
Indian.
Yeah.
It is. What's your go-to?
Yeah.
What's your go-to herbal?
Honey, lemon, ginger.
And then you add honey on top.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Double honey, lemon, ginger.
Yeah. See, I've never tried
Yeah.
that in the microwave. So
the microwave and honey, I would not recommend.
no, but honey goes strange too.
do you
Honey
mean?
it solidifies itself sometimes. Hey, honey.
Yeah.
It goes through weird property changes. I don't know. Sometimes you gotta heat it back up.
Yeah, but I'm on about microwaving honey.
But I'm just saying you could use a
I'm
microwave.
just not.
to
I'm
do
just
the
not
heating.
advising it. That's my official advice.
I haven't had enough experience with it to make an informed decision on it. So
I'll tell you what, Tom. Before stream, I'm gonna microwave. I'm gonna let my tea go cold.
How did you do
and
that? We've
microwave
also
it.
before you even start claiming that it doesn't matter what he says after this, we have on record that he is against microwaving tea. That is score one for me.
it's because I said the fresh thing.
You lied. You lied.
It's
You
like
lied
it's equivalent
in your
to
pitch.
fresh. It's not fresh, but
It's not equivalent to.
It's substitute
no way
fresh.
Substitute. Yes, that is not equivalent. It's a substitute.
No, but like it's kind of like like.
Hey Tom, do you like milk or do you like this milk substitute?
I'm saying you couldn't
You actually
tell.
don't mind, so it doesn't matter. It's irrelevant.
It's substitute anything else out. I'm not the person to ask.
You're not. You're the microwave tea guy.
I don't want to be known as that.
You are.
I
you
just
were for a
honestly-
long time. You were the microwave.
It was
tea
the
guy.
thing,
and
and
I was
like-
the non-microwave tea guy.
Well, Alex, you were the shoey guy.
I'm also
the
also the
shoey
shoey
guy.
guy. Yeah.
And then I was trying to make you the microwave shoey guy.
Microwave tea guy.
Microwave shoey.
I think Tony, one of my mods, did a microwave shoey. Microwave tea shoey.
Yeah.
That
bowl
that was cooked.
Did he microwave the entire shoe?
No, he microwaved his tea
And then poured it
into
in
a
the
shoe
shoe.
and
Okay.
then did it.
Microwaving the shoe.
Microwaving a shoe could be all kinds of faux tea. Can you imagine the smell?
Yeah, no, yeah.
Or if you poured it in and then microwaved it, can you imagine what that would have done?
It's funny because if your foot's bigger than like a US 11, I don't think it would fit in the microwave.
Yeah.
Depending, you need instead of it being like a 40-liter microwave, you do it by shoe size.
How big is
What size microwave do you need? I need a US 12. It needs to fit.
It needs to fit this.
It needs to fit
Something
this
that will
shoe.
fit this shoe. Yeah.
Terrible things. Terrible things. Don't do shoeies, kids. Bad for you. No, I've seen it, people in chat, Soft Taco, saying that it might return my taste. It will not.
Wait. Has your taste still not come back?
No, we're 8 months in. Can't taste a thing.
Oh.
Thank you. We're living our best lives. I'm desperately hoping that it comes back before we go to TwitchCon, but I'm not hopeful. I'm hoping, but I'm not hopeful.
Maybe on the flight,
Both of
the
those
pressure could
Who
do something.
knows?
Maybe
Who
you need to
knows?
microwave some stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, maybe I'll just put my mouse in the microwave. Put my head in.
Try
I
all sorts of
can't
stuff.
see anything wrong with that.
Or maybe your shoe.
Put a shoe in. The microwave. That'll help my tongue.
I don't know. Something. I reckon there's going to be something. It's going to be some weird thing. You're like going to a different country.
What we should do, we should try
your
and
body
seek out.
clock
Like
or
America's
something.
a bit weird. We could probably find a witch doctor or something.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'll probably die. But
If you pay for it, I'll come.
I reckon that'll be fun. We could just live
probably
stream
die.
me going to
Nice.
a witch doctor somewhere. That'll be great fun. I reckon that'd be a great idea. Flawless.
Brainstorm some more ideas and get your taste back.
Yeah.
I think you've just got to eat a bunch of really disgusting things.
Like microwave tea. That's basically where you're going with this.
No comment.
No comment. Oh, sad. But I believe it might be time for the completely non-audio friendly section of the stream. What do you reckon, Tom?
I think so.
It is time we find out how big is Aiden's click.
How big is your clip? I'm just going to pop up the scoreboard.
Do you know, as you popped up, don't pop up the scoreboard. We don't need to see that.
We need Aiden to share your screen. If you just want to click share screen.
Yeah. Okay. It's 10 seconds, right?
Yes.
So 10 seconds. Oh, no, I reckon you should do 5. There is no vote. Basically, for those of you who are still listening, bear with us a moment. We have Aiden on a click speed test to see how quickly he can click to measure how big his click is.
Currently, I am at the top of the leaderboard.
You are on top of the
with
leaderboard.
105 clicks in 10 seconds.
I'm so upset by this. I am the most competitive person I know. And I'll beat anyone who says that's more competitive than I am.
Nice.
But also, just for the record, I did
Excuses.
mine on a wet track because Tom tipped coffee all over my desk. Put me into...
Did not. I have video
Sabotaging the
footage.
competition.
He was doping and needed caffeine in order to increase his click speed.
I was under distress.
And he was actually trying to, at the time when he knocked over his coffee, he was trying to position objects on the desk.
That's what happened.
To actually stop the mouse from moving. Because the rules are you can only use one hand to click. You cannot support the mouse or trackpad in any other way. Just the one hand, and your left hand, or whatever your non-dominant hand is, other hand, will have to go on your head so we can see.
So we can see you're
Just
not
like
cheating,
that.
basically.
But yeah, hand on head.
And you get 3 attempts. It's your best go in 3 attempts.
Best of 3.
So, in fairness to Aiden, he is using a trackpad. His score will be marked with a T next to it for trackpad. And basically, so you can compare yourself to the overall list and the other people with trackpads if people are using trackpads. So
this is true.
You can blame it on things, which mine was a wet lap, and therefore I can blame everything on that. I think it's only fair.
I don't think so. But,
Also, we have no desktop audio on this screen.
we do not. We do not. We do not.
So we can't hear Aiden frantically screaming and crying as he continues.
There it is. There it is.
Now we can. Spotted that. Right, so
All right, we going? You going to count me down?
I can count you in, or you can go on your own accord. Would you like me? Are you ready?
Give me a countdown.
Okay.
Alex.
3, 2, 1, go.
And he's off.
Did you right click?
He's going pretty quick.
It seems like he's pretty quick, doesn't it?
A trackpad.
The trackpad doesn't move.
It could lead to,
That's the problem I didn't have.
Oh, he's pretty.
Oh, 74
wait,
on the
I'm
first
still
goal.
slow.
See, my issue was the mouse was
That's
running around. So
Reasonable pace considering trackpad. I wouldn't have thought, but
Yeah,
the fact that it doesn't move.
it doesn't
There's
move.
a slight
That was
advantage
where...
in some ways.
Oh, he's gone again. He's gone again. He's gone again.
Second try.
He's trying to catch us off guard.
He's going.
Ah, no!
Oh, he went off. So we're saying it doesn't go up. It's 69.
69.
What was his first one?
60. Wait, can I
74?
go with 69?
If you really wanted
If
to.
you really wanted to.
Well, I mean, have your other
We've
goal
still
and you
got
can
one more
decide.
go.
You could end up beating
It would
me.
be a lower score. You could get
Oh.
beaten.
Oh,
Hand on hand.
oh.
I think the trackpad is just it's not
like-
a good time.
It's like
Yeah.
sticky keys in you.
71. 71.
I think I'll
for
have to go with the 69.
Yeah, 74.
We'll go with the
Or you can opt to have the nice number if you like.
I'll opt for the nice number.
Okay.
Opt for the 69.
It's okay. I'm
So
not
it's
last.
forfeiting 5 points.
It's forfeiting 5 points on a trackpad as well.
On a trackpad.
Yeah, it seemed like that it did hold you back a little bit, didn't
So
it?
you
It
will
did.
be position number 3 on the
Position number
scoreboard.
3.
Below Alex.
I
with
am-
the wet lap, but you will be marked with a T for trackpad.
T for trackpad.
T for trackpad.
Tom should be labelled with C for cheat.
No, it was completely.
Cheat.
No, it was perfect. No, he's just. It's so funny because this whole thing was actually.
The worst part
This whole
is,
thing was actually his idea, and then I was kind of like, "Oh yeah, the click thing, it kind of works." And then I did it, and then he was so cocky that he was going to smash my score.
well, there's a thing,
And
right?
then-
Because I said the rule we originally said was you get your final, you get up to 3 goes, and you get whatever one you settle on. So if you decide to go 1 go and you hit a good score, and you decide not to stick, then you keep that. Or if you go the second one, it's lower than the first, you can stick with it or have another go on the third. That's what we said. But I was so confident that I could
Yeah,
beat
that you gave me
105
the
that I
best of
was
3.
like, yeah, go on, we'll keep it at that.
We'll keep it at that.
Because
You can have-
because knowing full well that we were doing this, I had a go a few times. But given the added pressure of doing it live and
prepped.
having to hit 105 and then failing on the first attempt, pressure mounts on after that. And then I failed worse again. And I was like, oh.
He's losing his mind.
And then I went and tipped coffee everywhere.
I'm like, and this score is going to be on the board.
Wait, the coffee happened after.
The second attempt.
Oh, okay.
So I was like stressing out, and then I was trying to position things on the desk to hold the mic, the
He was
mouse
trying to,
still.
essentially
I was
trying to, he was
cheat- I was trying to
doping
cheat.
with caffeine and trying to cheat. and then he
And in
decided,
doing so, I hit over
he
my
created
coffee.
a new mouse technique where he put his palm on the cable of the mouse in order to pin the mouse. But he did it on his last go.
Yeah.
And when he started clicking, the mouse started moving because he's clicking one side of the mouse, and it started curving, and then the mouse actually went out of
It
the zone.
came out of the zone, and I still set my highest score,
Yeah. Which
which is upsetting. Still hit my highest score, but yeah, it. But yeah, so I managed to get 84, which I'm very upset about. Although whilst we were trying to set up for the podcast on Monday night, while we were on a call, I was still having a go, and I still couldn't beat his score. Which I'm so
what was
upset
your best
about.
attempt?
Oh, I'm so happy.
I think I had 90 something, but I couldn't get up to the 105.
I was
So
like, yeah, let's do this game. And now I love this game.
Yeah. So Taco said to get an auto clicker. That'll be an idea. That's what I'll do next time. Thousand
We're
clicks a
going to
second.
need some anti-cheat softwares. and
anti-cheat.
the next guest, we're going to need multicam setups
Yeah.
to just confirm there's nothing.
I need you
else
to
going
open
on.
up
3
control
cameras,
panel
all
to see there's
sides.
no apps running in the background.
Or we'll actually have to send them like a mouse, like anti-tamper mouse,
Anti-tamper mouse.
official one.
This is you and your Amazon problem. Yeah. This is it in action. This is how things happen.
Same day delivery.
He has this
before
idea.
8 p.m.
He has this idea of, we should get this kind of mouse thing, and then next thing you know, he's like, "Look, the mouse came." I'm like, what are you doing?
It's coming before 8 p.m.
I have the mouse. What are you talking about? It's all crazy. It's all crazy. But yeah, Aiden, would you like to plug anything, as many things as you want, as we are drawing towards a close?
You could plug a mouse in.
My mouse is wireless.
Dun, 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 dun.
Oh my god, look at that.
It just looks like a bathroom tile.
Yeah, it does. I think I've got one of those.
It's very, very handy. I took it out this morning. I stream Monday, Wednesday, Friday from 5 p.m. to 9 p.m. on Monday, Wednesday, and a more American-friendly stream on the Friday, which is American Thursday, 1 p.m. Australian Eastern Standard Time. Aiden Somerville on YouTube, Spotify, Instagram. Thank you guys for having me.
No worries. Thank you so much for coming on.
I just want to know, American-friendly streams, do you do things more American-friendly? And you take the mick out of them on the other stream?
I tend to say y'all.
Y'all.
I think y'all is like it's like convenient, because people on Twitch say it a lot, because a lot of American streamers get how are y'all and stuff like that. But I'm like, what we need, like a solid Aussie version of that word.
Scan on.
Use.
We've got use, but I just can't.
It's use.
I guess we have one. It's use.
Use.
But I hate it. But I can't say y'all.
Y'all.
I can't say use.
Use. You can't, can you? You? It doesn't sound right. You say neither of them.
You all.
It's you that needs it.
Use. It is use. Oh.
Use.
Anyway. Forget that. Never mind.
Never mind. Okay, shall we bid farewell to Aiden?
Yes, Aiden, thank you so much for coming on. It's such a pleasure. Guys, check out his stuff. We'll pop links and things around wherever you're viewing this, if you're listening on Spotify or streaming live and stuff. You can find his socials.
Whatever. We'll be posting his links everywhere. I think that's what you just said. I just blanked out.
He just lost you for a second there. I was like, reiterating. I like it. Aiden, all right. Thank you very much.
Thank you for having me, guys.
Thank you very much.
I'll catch you later.
Alrighty.
Beautiful. And then they were alone. Finally. He just left the meeting. He left us. That was a wonderful chat.
That was good. Thank you for coming on.
Yeah, thank you. I'll disappear into the background again. No,
not my podcast.
I'm excited for him wanting to learn jazz guitar.
Yeah,
that's quite a feat.
That's quite a feat.
It's quite a feat. But it makes sense, having listened to jazz music and things around the house when he's growing up. That makes sense for that to happen, which is but it's quite a feat, and it's interesting that to come from a Reddit background of streaming.
Yeah. I never knew that was a thing.
Yeah, and doing it again. Like restreaming not restreaming, but dual streaming.
I need to tune into one. I want to see what happens. I want
to
see
what it's like. Yeah,
it's the Mad Max version of Twitch, I imagine.
It's a wild, wild west, isn't it? Yeah. Anything goes. Make 19 alt accounts and argue amongst yourself.
There's just bots talking. Everyone, all kinds, from all walks.
I wonder what it'd be like. But it was a good chat. Lovely guy. We love Aiden. We met him a couple of weeks ago.
We did.
It was good to meet him.
We meant to meet him when we went down to Melbourne.
Yeah, but you're a super spreader.
I'm not a super spreader.
And you arriving in a plane gave him COVID. You passed over the top of his house in a plane, and that gave him COVID. It's crazy how that works. It's unreal. Maybe you're the witch doctor I need.
I just love how we went to Melbourne to kind of work on this podcast and get it going. And we're just starting it now. How long ago did we go to Melbourne?
March.
April.
April.
Went in April, and I feel like in that Melbourne trip, the thing that we achieved was we worked out the shade of green we wanted for the bar.
That's so true.
We literally went to Melbourne
to find a color green.
And then we came back with this. As you can see at the top bar,
it was
the
well
color
worth
scheme.
the trip.
And we've gone hard with the color green over all the socials.
I think it looks nice.
But I think it was worth it. The whole trip and even the excess baggage fees we had to pay.
Oh my God, that's a different story. We should talk about our Melbourne trip. We had a fun time.
We should.
Melbourne was weird.
Melbourne was very weird.
Melbourne was weird.
But yeah, maybe we hop more into chatting about Melbourne next week.
Yeah, we could do. And then also, I saw him in the chat earlier. Will wants to do a gear talk stream. We could organise that as well.
And chat about some music, gear,
and just
things.
get nerdy. Get nerdy. Yeah, we could. There might be other people who might want to get nerdy. We could get on a Discord call at the same time. We could do a big group one. We can work it out. We'll work it out. You guys can listen and enjoy it. And if you don't enjoy it, that's on you.
Exactly. And if you do like it or have any questions or anything at all, you can leave us a review on, I think on Apple and Spotify. I think you can actually review the podcast. And if you review this first episode 5 stars, just leave it. We just need one review at 5 stars, right? And then
no one else review.
No one else review.
In fact, I might review it.
It's high risk.
No one review. I'll do it.
Okay.
I'll probably do it wrong.
You'll probably do it wrong. My sister used to have an Etsy store. She set up to sell jewelry, and my granddad at the time somehow found it.
I'm sorry,
and
granddad at the time.
At the time, I meant like my granddad. At the time, she had the account. At the time, she was still existing. My granddad at the time.
Granddad at the time. Yeah, we're not together anymore.
We're not related anymore. Is that a thing? I don't know. But anyway, he went on and gave her a 1-star review and just ruined her Etsy account.
Wow.
Accidentally.
Because he was
I don't think he knew what he was doing.
Number one.
I think it came up.
One.
Yeah, 1 star.
Yeah.
So
crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, you'll find this video on YouTube as well. If you'd like to, if you've caught the stream and you're like, hey, I want to watch that again because it was great.
Yes.
It'll be on YouTube.
And if you are listening to this on Spotify and Apple Music and those other podcast services, these are going to be live. So you can tune in and watch the video of us chatting, which is just video of us chatting. It's probably not that special. It's a bit green. We've got some lights in here.
Yeah, but don't tell them how green.
Oh, yeah. We
don't tell them about any of it.
For that.
They went to Melbourne for this. You need to come see.
But if you would like to support the podcast, you can join our Patreon. It's patreon.com/Musos Podcast. And you can access bonus episodes and content. And
more green.
And we can put that back into making the podcast better. And yeah, keep us going.
I guess other than that, we're done. Yeah,
I think that's about it.
We're on Musos Podcast on everything. Everywhere, including
Instagram,
the places that aren't here yet.
Twitter /Musos Podcast. Thank you for tuning in, everybody. And we'll catch you next week.
Bye.
Goodbye.